Spurgeon here with RevZilla, and today we are taking a look at the detailed breakdown for the new GMax OF77 helmet available at RevZilla.com. So what we've seen with GMax is they've changed the letter designation in front of the numbers, and the OF that you see in front of me stands for open face. And this is going to be the step up, or the replacement rather, for the GM67 with the OF77. So the open face helmet from GMax that's going to sit at the top of the line of their open face helmets. Now, this is going to be an ABS plastic shell, and we're going to see one shell size available for the OF77. Now, there's going to be a DOT safety rating with this. It's not going to carry the ECE rating that we've seen GMax do with some of their other full face helmets, but what you are getting is a very round helmet. So if you have trouble finding a helmet, because a lot of the helmets out there you find to be too intermediate oval, with the head shape on this, it's going to be shorter front to back, wider on the sides, and if you do have a round head shape to yourself, this is going to be one to consider. So for those of you riders out there that are looking at getting an open face helmet, you're looking around that $90 to $100 price point, there is going to be some competition in there, and really what you're looking at first and foremost is which helmet is going to fit you the best. So you're probably looking at helmets like the HJC CL33. You're probably also considering something like the LS2, the OF569, and that's going to give you a different shell construction. You're getting into something that's going to be more of a fiberglass composite. So there's a lot of different technology going on even within the same price point. So just keep that in mind as you're considering which helmet is right for you. So like I said, this is going to be an ABS plastic shell. You're going to have one shell size. There are going to be a variety of different colors, and whether you're choosing the silver in front of me, for you Goldwing riders out there, they are going to have that burgundy wine color. They're also going to have some graphic options for you as well to choose from, and they're all going to come in around that $90 price point. So whether you're going with a solid or a graphic, you're not seeing a change in price for the helmet in which you decide to go with. So taking a look at the helmet itself, you'll notice that with the full visor on this, one of the things we've seen a lot of manufacturers do, and it's nice to see GMax incorporate it, is you'll see these little tabs down at the bottom. And at first they don't look like much, but what you can see with this is that if you do have a face impact with this, it keeps the face shield from popping off the sides. So you have a nice impact with that, keeps your face more safe than if that face shield was just to fly off completely, and it basically holds that face shield into place. Now, to get the face shield on and off, it's going to be utilizing the same mechanism that we're seeing with some of their full face helmets. And really what you have to do is you have to pop the visor all the way in the open position. You'll see a little bit of a tab here. You have to use one hand to push the tab down and another hand to pull that open. Once you have that arm down, you can see the face shield just pops right off. To get it back on, you simply take it, put it back into place, hold it down, and then slide that arm back up. So it's not an overly complex system to do as long as you have both hands, but we've seen that there's some manufacturers out there that do it where you can get the face shield on and off with one hand. With GMax, it is going to be a two-hand job. You can't do this with the helmet off, so you're going to have to take the helmet off, set it down on either the seat of your motorcycle or a table to be able to manipulate that back and forth. But as long as you have both hands free, you can do it relatively easily. So obviously with that face shield open, what you're going to see is you're going to have a massive amount of airflow. But for those of you riders out there that ride with that face shield closed, you are going to have dual chimney vents on the top that are going to be active vents, so you can close those off if you want to. You are going to have switches on the very tops of the vents that you can see. Very easy to actuate with gloves on. And then moving around to the back, you have 4 passive exhaust vents at the back to help just pull that airflow through. And even though this is going to be a round helmet, you are going to have a nice streamlined overall look to the helmet itself. Let's take a look at the interior. So what we're seeing with a lot of these new GMax helmets is they've gone into what they call a Spa Soft interior. And this is going to be a combination of CoolMax technology, and it's also going to be a combination of both bamboo and charcoal. And what you get is a nice sweat wicking helmet, but there's a lot of antimicrobial factors in here, so you don't end up with a helmet that smells after long rides where you do tend to sweat a lot into your helmet. So for you riders out there that are looking at an open face helmet, a lot of your concerns and questions are going to go to whether or not you can put a comm system in this. And one of the things you're going to see, there's not going to be a cutaway for speaker pockets with this, but they're going to actually incorporate a speaker pocket into the cheek pad itself. So you can run the speaker into there, you have a nice little placement for it, and the other thing that GMax doesn't really talk about in their product descriptions is that there's a nice contour to the cheek pad. So it's not just going to be a straight cheek pad, it does work nicely to fit against your face, and it has a nice soft feel to it. So as we pull this out, what you're going to see, it's 3 snaps, easy in, easy out. Pull the interior out. And one of the things that GMax does is they don't use snaps for the front brow. Little guy got stuck there for a second. What they do is they do a nice brow mount with this So where some of the manufacturers put their snaps along the forehead where you can get pressure points over time, what you're going to see with this is it mounts in nicely to the brow, and it's going to be that nice contoured liner as well. So nicely done there. And as we take a look at the inside, you can see the massive channels that they've done for the vents. And one of the things that I like with the OF77 that I wish they would have carried over in their MX series is you can see those channels for the vents when they carry through. They work all the way down to the very back of the helmet, and this really helps to push airflow from the front all the way down to the back, so you do get nice airflow, even considering this is an open face helmet, which traditionally gets nice airflow to begin with. The only other thing you're going to notice here is these two little tabs. And GMax says that these are going to be for you riders out there that want to put a face guard on for using this riding with a snowmobile. Now personally, if I were riding a snowmobile, I would want to go with a full face helmet. But for those of you out there that like to ride your snowmobile with an open face helmet, GMax does have you covered. You can adapt this to a snowmobile lid if you so choose. Now, for those of you riders out there that are just using this as a traditional motorcycle helmet, there are going to be a wide variety of riders out there that are already using this. Like I said earlier, you have that, you have those pockets in the actual cheek pads itself. You can use the GMax OF77 with the comm system. You're probably going to have to use it with a sticky mount, because the one feature you'll see right here is the lever on the left-hand side actually actuates an internal sun visor. So the final note here is you can see it does have that sun visor actuation, and you don't want that to interfere with your comm system. You're going to want to go with a sticky mount if you're planning on integrating a comm system to this particular helmet. But like I said, there's a lot of riders out there that are utilizing this helmet on their motorcycles, and if you want to hear about what they have to say, click the info button on your desktop or mobile device, which will allow you to read other rider reviews from folks that are already out there using the OF77 on their motorcycles. If you have more questions for us, never hesitate to reach out, give one of our Gear Geeks a call at 877-792-9455, or simply type us out an email, cs@revzilla.com. Thank you for joining us for this look at the GMax OF77. I'm Spurge. Enjoy the ride.